leaving away. Lake Barton.
Eso quiero mandar un equipo.
For their high school spring event organized tomorrow on Sunday. We're there.
Come back and entertain the race. Drive back.
Okay, if I could get everybody to your seats. Okay, if I could get everyone to pay attention for just a moment, I want us all to take a minute to give a round of applause to our staff here at the hotel. They did an amazing job. Let's also give a round of applause for our host coordinator and operations manager, Ms. G. There's a lot of work, a lot of hours, a lot of time that goes in behind the scenes. This has been an amazing adventure for the last few years, working with Ruby and Cesar. We're truly honored to be the host this year here in Orlando. It's been difficult, several hurdles that we've had to jump over, but that's kind of normal for the way this happens. But at this time, I want to start by just recognizing a few people that have been a significant help both on and off the field in a lot of the things that we've done. One of our parents, but also one of our assistants that helped us both on and off the field, Mr. Tim Tucker. One of our AFE players, but also one of our men AFE players that also was an assistant to help us both on and off the field, Mr. Kenny Phillips. To recognize some of the staff that helped with Sandy, with Ms. G, behind the scenes, Christy O'Neill. Thank you very much. Jamie Bodenhamer, thank you very much. And we also would like to recognize a few other people that have been a significant part in what we've done here and in many of our events in the past and for the future. To the Gridiron Production, Kevin and Kevin, thank you very much. And at this time, I'm going to ask Kevin Jr. to come up front.
I wasn't trying to phone.
That camera's stationary. Hey, this is a little certificate of appreciation for you and your dad for everything you've done.
Proud of you, son.
On the Mexican side, one of the things that's been really a big instrument and help for everything that we do both on and off the field, and is like Ms. G's, come up here for a minute. Her right hand, we'd like to ask Ruby to come forward. So at this time, what we're going to do is we're going to actually do our awards that we do for all of our players, and And it's kind of unique and special because it's an opportunity that we've never had before to be all together. And that's kind of what this started as. Cesar and I both had a vision, working together for a few years in Mexico. We met at one of the kids' camp that we were there for one of our events. And we saw a vision that we needed to do something more. And one thing that I've always done for the last 22 years, I've been a coach for 32 years, is have a life motto. And it started off as my coaching motto, but actually turned into a life motto, to where it actually is inked on me permanently. There's only one way to do it, that's what?
Together.
Ooh, that's weak. Only one way to do it, that's what?
Together.
And that was the vision that we had, was to do it together. And if you notice, our tag and our slogan to what our organization United Bowl is, together we rise, united we stand. It doesn't matter if it's Mexico, we've done it with Brazil, we've done it with Panama, we've done it with Costa Rica. You know, as we travel, that's what it's truly about, is building those bonds and those relationships both on and off the field. And that was proven today with how you both interacted at the community event with the children at the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you very much for what you did there, and you will truly understand as you grow into your sport, as you grow into your adulthood, you'll have that opportunity to witness that yourself as you get older and you have children, to be able to witness what we did today. So thank you very much for that. At this time, I'd like to call up the coaching staffs, both for USA and for Mexico, to come up front, please.
Okay, people. Okay, let's start with our Mexican All-Star team. Cancun, Mexico team. With the number 0, Sergio Ferra. Number 1, Antonio Martinez. Number 3, Patricio Sosa. Number 7, Diego Ortiz. Number 9, Patricio Sánchez Canseco. Number 2, Rodrigo Canales. Number 10, Moisés Vergara. Number 11, Alexis Monroy. Number 13, Ángel Ayuso. Number 14, Luis Moncada. Number 15, Oliver Matias Resendiz. Number 19, Luca Conte. Number 20, Enrique Conte. Number 21, Diego Culebro. Number 22, Matis Rambo. Number 23, Alexis Vasquez. Number 24, Ian Mai. Number 27, Dante Pavia. Number 28, Rodrigo Rios. Number 29, Karen Arroyo. Number 44, Diego Chavez. Number 52, Andrew De Palma. Number 56, Eider Isaac Peraza. Number 66, Randy Sen. Number 68, Oscar Gonzalez Jr. Number 72, Leonardo Ulloa. Number 73, Santiago García Mondragón. Number 75, Lorenzo Nieto. Number 77, Raúl Enrique U. Number 88, Eric Olvera Maure. Number 84, Gabriel Suti. Number 89, Ciro Martín Sánchez. Number 95, Ricardo Figueroa aquí. Number 99, John Moron.
Okay, let's give one more round of applause for the Mexico All-Stars. At this time, we'll do the USA roster, and we'll start it off by number 1, Davion Jones. The next one's one of our local players that's not here right now tonight, would be Gage Bridwell. Number 2, Xavier Stockman. Another one of our local players not here presently would be Dominique Richardson. Number 5, Alex Martel. Number 6, Alexander Frankman. Number 6, Caleb Tucker. Number 7, Talon Provado. Number 11, Saxton Bodenhamer. Number 13, another local player, Vincent Richardson. Number 15, Cody Hernandez. Number 20, William O'Neill. Number 23, Cameron Shaw. Number 24, Liam Cleveland. Number 24, Ryan Brown. Number 25, Aiden Donnelly. Number 33, Johan Martel. Number 38, Gabriel Bumgarner. Number 44, Tyler Marshall. Number 50, Tristan Chadwick. Number 61, Ben Rainey. Number 63, Landon Hollis. Number 66, Ryan Donnelly. Number 73, Brayden Agnes. Number 76, local player, Jamel Jr. Jones. Number 88, Ronan Goats. And number 99, Ian Perez Lavestina. Hey, let's give one round of applause for the USA All-Star roster. At this time, we'll actually recognize our coaches on the Mexico All-Star team. And we did a little gift, a little something special that each of these coaches will receive. It is a customized license plate that says Florida United Bowl. Together we rise and united we stand. It has the logo on the back with all the players.
Okay. Head coach Luis David Sosa, Vichy. He's not here in this moment, I'm going to mention him. O-line coach, Andy Garcia. Also, he is not here too because his son is sick in this moment. So, Coach Dennis De Palma, D-line. Coach Charles Moran, better known as Pat. Hey Charlie. Next one. Wide receivers coach, Enrico Vera. O-line and D-line offense and defense coach, Mike Bull.
And we don't want to make sure we leave out Coach Cesar. On the USA side, for the coaching staff, we're going to start with offensive coordinator and wide receiver coach, Coach Josh Resinalo. Our next coach, offensive line coach, Coach Anthony Reedy. Our next coach, running backs, Coach Shelby Bodenhamer. Derek O'Neill. On the defensive side, our defensive line coach, Coach Zeus. Our next one, our defensive coordinator, Coach Daniel Barnes. Our next assistant that has been helping us through the last 3 years, give a round of applause for Coach Mike Donnelly. We also, as we said in the beginning, would like to recognize one of our assistants that's helped us, Coach Tim Tucker. And we'll round it up with our another assistant, Coach Kenny Phillips. Let's give a round of applause to all of our coaches. So what we're going to do at this time, this is something that's become very special to our organization, to our program, both on our men's program, our women's program, and also our youth. I do this every event, and at this time, if we have any military veterans, law enforcement, or public service workers in here, please stand. Please stand. I know that we have several here on the front. Please raise your hands. Please raise your hands. For us in the military, one of the things that has become something very special and near to our hearts, because it is a symbol of life. It is a symbol of that bond, that unity that we always talk about. Many people will understand it, some will not, but you'll understand the true meaning of what's behind it. And it's represented by a dog tag, and that's what they call it. It's an identification tag that goes around your neck, okay? In the military, you wear two of these. One's around your neck, the second one is hanging from your neck, but if you were to be a casualty of war and die, this is your recognition, okay? So when we do this in recognition of our captains. We will honor our captains tonight, and we'll honor captains after this first game into our second game. But at this time, what I just want to share with you is what the actual dog tag says, and then I'll give Cesar an opportunity to explain it in Spanish for the people that are watching and the families that are here. It says, Team Captain 2023, American Football, Mexico All-Star, United Bowl. Okay? Thank you.
Estas placas, cuando perteneces a la milicia, generalmente vienen en pares, ¿ok? Una es más grande y la otra viene acompañada de una más pequeña. Normalmente estas placas, cuando te mueres, una placa va a tu dedo gordo del pie, en donde sirve para identificar tu cuerpo. En la milicia, en la guerra, para eso sirven estas placas. En nuestro caso es para conmemorar a los capitanes que van a conformar el juego del viernes, tanto para Cancún, México, como para Estados Unidos. ¿Sí? Y pues ya escucharon lo que dice aquí, lo acaba de decir el coach Ed. Solo quería hacer énfasis en lo que significa para nosotros estas placas. ¿Está claro? Sí, claro. Ok, vamos primero. Charlie. Okay, let's start with the offense.
Por la ofensiva.
Del lado ofensivo, en el backfield, Canseco y Sergio Olvera.
Ok, por la defensa. Por la defensa, línea ofensiva, Quique Contel. Perdón, línea defensiva. Para la defensa secundaria, perímetro, Diego Culebro.
Let's give a round of applause to those captains for the Mexico All-Star team. At this time, we're going to announce the USA All-Star captains for Game 1. And the first one goes to a young man that had the opportunity not to play in one, but in both games last year. Done an amazing job leading us on the field. We look excited and forward to what he'll bring this year as well, as he steps on the field at the quarterback position, Mr. Caleb Tucker. This next young man has been one of our players that has been with us as a part of the United Bowl for the last couple of years. And as he finishes and ages out with the United Bowl, We've been blessed and pleased to see everything that he has done both on and off the field as part of this organization, Mr. Aiden Donnelly. This captain for this event, for this game, goes to a young man that we've seen can truly grow and mature as a man both on and off the field. They say you can measure a man by his height and weight, but this one you truly measure by his heart. And he's actually been at all three events. It goes to Braden Agnes. Let's give one last round of applause for the team captains for your United Bowl, Game 1, tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Coaches, let's give one round of applause for the coaches as they make their way back to the seats. Thank you, coaches. We want to thank everyone for what they've been able to do and being a part of this and all the work and all the effort that went in both on the Mexico side and the USA side for the countless hours, countless times that the communication that we had to work through and all that what Cesar and Ruby had to do with their staff and with the people in Mexico to be able to put this together is a phenomenal feat. We literally started this well over a year ago with trying to make sure that we could get this event placed here in Orlando. As we said in our first opening meeting, and a lot of the parents and family wasn't there, is the work that it took to actually get the visas and to get the appointments and to actually make it happen is actually a miracle in itself. But at this time, I just want to share a few words and a few words of encouragement and a few words that touches my heart in seeing what we've seen. We literally, this makes our third year. As I said, we have several players on both sides of the teams, both sides of the field, that will age out and will not have this opportunity again for what we've done for the last couple of years. And with that being said, we were asked many years ago when you started this program, why did you choose U13? Why did you choose U15? What about U8, U9, U10, U12? The reason that we chose this is because of the impact, the ability to build character at that age that it's about to peak. You know, if I had a room full of 8 years old, I'd be wasting my time. We all know that because it would go in one ear and out the other. But these young men and these young women that are in this room, they have an opportunity right now where they're at to become those young leaders that we need today. And it starts with us as coaches, with us as parents. That's where it truly starts. We can provide them the roadmap, we can provide them the direction, we can provide them the guidelines that they need, but they have to make that step. They got to put that foot in front of the other to actually make it happen. Each of you to make a difference. We started off the very first meeting as a team and as a family by saying, make it count. What are you going to do to make it count? So when you leave here this week and you go back home, what are you going to do to make it count? Because you got to make a difference. You got to do something that's going to make you stand out. Whether it's your athletic ability on the field or whether it's your character off the field, it's what you're going to do to make a difference. We had the exciting privilege this year, based off of what we've done with our youth event, to actually host our very first college camp tour for a lot of these young players that are going to get the opportunity to go to college and play football. It was something true and near to my heart to see some of these guys in this room right now that have been a part of the United Bowl for the last couple of years go to 3 of the top Division I colleges in the nation and be on the field with several hundred other athletes to see where they stood. Now let me tell you something. Each and every one of them I could call out right now in this room and say, were you the best there? Not even close. Because you're talking about, at NC State, it was probably 400 athletes. Okay? From a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, it was loaded. But there's one thing that makes a difference. There's one thing that makes a difference. It's your character. It's who you are. I proved it to the guys that I had with me simply by this. There's 400 athletes out there. What's going to make you different than those other 400 athletes? Because you're going to have a limited number of reps when you go out. You may only get 1 rep. You may get 2. Because there's 25 people in your group and you got a limited time to get reps. So what makes the difference? Attitude, character, discipline, structure. So how do you make a difference? How do you make a difference? I told my guys that were with me, this is how you're going to make a difference. When they divide you up and they say break out to your groups, quarterbacks, linebackers, wide receivers, go to those position coaches, you're going to sprint as hard as you can out there. You're going to sprint right up to that coach. You're going to try to be the first one in his face. And this is how it's going to go. Hey, Coach Cesar, I'm Dale Glossier. I'm excited to be here. Let me know what you can do for me. I'm eager to learn. 25 other athletes there. You know what I just did? I made an impact. I made an impact. I may drop 3 balls. I may catch 5. But he'll remember who I am. He'll remember who I am. You got to make a difference. My kids, my family make fun of me sometimes because everywhere we go, the first thing I do when I walk in here, I could just about sit right now and name every one of the staff members that are working and serving food in front of you. Because whatever you do, whether you're in school, you're in the public, if you actually will recognize people for who they are. I sit down in a restaurant, first thing I do, before they can get within 10 feet of me, I'm trying to stare down what their name tag says. Because when they walk up, I want to know that I have a personal relationship with them right then and there. Jenny, thank you for serving us. They're already thrown off because you've made a personal connection. It's not waitress, it's not man behind. You want to make that personal relationship. So my goal to each one of you young people right now is to make a difference. Stand up and make a difference. You are at that turning point in your life right now that you can make a difference. And it starts at home. It starts in school. It starts within your team, within your community. That's where you make a difference. You have the ability, as I just said about one of our young men, it's bigger than life itself. It's bigger. As I said, you can measure a man by his height and weight, but the true measurement comes by the size of your heart. By the size of your heart. How will you be recognized tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now? How will you be remembered? Will you be remembered by the athlete that scored the winning touchdown? Or will you be the one that'll be recognized by the man that helped the guy up off the field, carried him to the sidelines, even though he was on the other team? That's where it makes the difference. Because you know what? That's the impact that somebody will remember. That young man's hurt, but two of the other teammates came out there and picked him up and carried him to the sidelines. That's the difference that you want to make. Measure yourself by your heart, not by the height and weight that you are. As we close, and we close this amazing banquet, it's truly an honor to see what we've done. The lives we've impacted on and off the field for the last couple of years is unbelievable. God's given us blessings beyond what we'll ever imagine, with the ability to do what we do. And it takes a lot of strong, tough backbones to continue to do what we do. Because there always will be hurdles. There always will be adversity in your life, young men and women. Truly. But it's how you rise above it. And that's the thing that has made us as strong as we are. Thousands of miles apart, countries apart, but we're united as one. And that's why it was such an amazing opportunity when we decided to do this, that it says, together we rise and united we stand. At this time, please stand. Repeat after me, together we rise.
Together we rise.
Repeat after me, together we rise.
Together we rise.
United we stand.
United we stand.
There's only one way to do it, and that's what?
Together.
Only one way to do it, that's what?
Together.
Thank you very much. Have a seat. We're going to do our announcement. That will conclude our 2023 United Bowl here in Orlando, Florida. A few house announcements, a few things that we want to talk about and discuss real quick. And I need to make sure that I look at my notes so that my wife doesn't come up here and say, hey, you forgot something. But a few things. We, Miss G and Christy and a few people will be back at the back table. We do have the apparel table set up. There is some merchandise available. Please take the time to look through it, because once it goes to the field for the games in the next 2 days, the next 2 games, it will go fast, okay? Especially with a lot of our local players. They have shared it. It's been blasted out. So we expect some good turnout and some good fans. We've got some big exciting things going on. We've got a couple national recognized people that will be singing the national anthem. We have a color guard from the sheriff department that will be there. So we're excited about some of the things that will be taking place at the game. So if you want any of the apparel, any of the merchandise, please speak for it now before it goes to the field, because once it goes to the field, you're not going to get many options on that. The other thing I want to announce and talk about is up here on the front table, and you're welcome to come up here and take a look, is the sheets for what we discussed about the rings and the ring presentation that both teams have the ability to order. There is a QR code that you would scan. Once you scan that, you just fill out the information that's on it. There is actually a set of ring sizers up here that you can actually size your ring. There is a display of rings, some of the rings that we have made and we have done over the several events over the last several years that you're welcome to look at. The one that's in front of me on the podium is one of mine from the United Bowl last year with our event. So help yourself in looking at those. When I tell you that the quality is unmatched by anything else, I truly, and a lot of my players and coaches that are in, that are in here can attest to that as well. A couple announcements about tomorrow. There will be an adjustment to the schedule for tomorrow morning. Breakfast time does not change, okay? And breakfast is not in here, right? This is today, or it is here tomorrow. So breakfast
Saturday it changes.
Correct. Okay, so breakfast tomorrow morning is 6:30 to 9 a.m. and it is here in the Royal Ballroom, right here where we're at currently. The change will be the time the bus leaves. So tomorrow we will leave for a hot dog luncheon and do a kind of a little walkthrough for both teams. It's very informal. The players, we will leave here out front on the bus at 10 a.m. Okay, 10 a.m. All right. Originally we were leaving at 8:30, but we will leave at 10. Okay. And Cesar, make sure you get that to your players and coaches, and I'll do the same on my side as well. Once we will come back after the hot dog luncheon, we'll have some downtime before game, and then we will leave here. And once again, we'll have two buses. The bus will make a return trip once it goes to the field, to the school, which is about a 10-minute drive there, 10-minute drive back. It's not that far. It's only a few miles away. First bus will leave at 3:30. That first bus is for all players. All players and coaches will leave in the first group. All right, so we'll carpool as we did today with the coaches. All the players can get on the bus, and we'll go to the field at 3:30. There will be locker rooms for both teams, so they can dress there. They don't have to dress here. Pre-game starts at 4. Kickoff is at 6. Okay, when the game's over, same thing. We'll bring fans and guests back on the first bus, come back for the players and coaches on the second bus. Okay?
What time is the parent bus going over?
The parent bus will probably go over about 4:30. 4:30. Okay? So first bus is at 3:30. Be out at 4:30 to get on the bus for transportation to the field. At this time, just to give an idea by show of hands, how many will be riding the family, parent, and guest bus? Okay, perfect.
Para México, familiares y amigos que se van a subir al autobús el día de mañana, ¿pueden levantar la mano, por favor? Para ir al para el sábado, para ir al juego. ¿Pueden levantar la mano, por favor?
Mañana viernes para ir al juego.
Cierto, perdón. Getting crazy. Ok, para mañana México, para la hora del juego, 4:30 de la tarde, está pensador que salga el autobús. ¿Quiénes van a ir en el autobús de familiares y amigos? Levanten la mano, por favor, los que vayan a ir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Okay, so that will be tomorrow's schedule with the game. Saturday, breakfast will be 7 to 9, and that will be a room change on Saturday. It'll be the Capitol Room, Capitol Ballroom, Capitol 2.
Yeah, that's going to be, instead of where we had our team meeting, when you're going around the elevators, we're going to keep going straight.
It's right behind the elevators, basically.
It's right
behind the
elevators and down into the hall. Not the hall that goes to the gym. The hall that when you come around the elevators and you're going to where like team meeting was, continue straight to your right. And it's
behind the elevators.
It's
Balloons, signal.
follow the balloons.
Follow the balloons.
That's great. That's exactly right.
So on Saturday after breakfast, it's a free day for families and guests. We'll try to plan some activities for some of the kids and players that will be still here at the hotel. We'll coordinate together with Ruby and Cesar and with some of our coaching staff. Then 7 o'clock at 6:30, we'll leave with the coaches for Mexico and USA for our coaches dinner. And then Sunday we'll get up for breakfast and we'll conclude the second day of games on Sunday. Last thing, as we dismiss those captains, those players, we're going to give a little bit of time. It is just now 9:01, so we'll give about 30 minutes or so to take your time, You're welcome to come over here, some of the captains, some of the team players, to get photos. It's open for anybody, so help yourself, family, and friends, and guests to use this for a photo, okay? I'll give Cesar an opportunity to talk and explain to the families, and then we'll dismiss it.
Ok, vamos a dar la oportunidad ahora a los capitanes para que puedan pasar a tomarse la foto, a todas las familias, a todos los que están sentados aquí, para que sea una foto de recuerdo, ahí donde están los globos, aquí donde está la mesa, pueden pasar libremente, así que vamos a dar de 30 a 45 minutos. Gracias.
Hey, hold on 1 second. USA players, you are to be back in here for a team meeting at 9:45. 9:45, be back in this room. All USA players and coaches back in this room at 9:45. One round of applause as we dismiss. Thank you very much. Have a good night.